Hello guys, in today's video we're going to talk about what to do and how to create leverage really highly when you are just starting and what to do. And one rule that I want you guys to start focusing on is called the 80-20 rule. And I just did a quick search and got ChatGPT to pull up this definition, which is the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle, states that roughly 80% of the outcomes result from 20% of the causes or inputs. It was introduced by Italian economist Wilfredo Pareto in his work Cours d'Econopolitics in 1896. This principle suggests that a minority of effort often yields a majority of results, emphasizing the importance of focusing on the most powerful factors. The most powerful factors: leverage, compound, flywheel effect. This is content creation, personal brand, compound interest in the bank. Warren Buffett putting decisions to compound his money into stocks and businesses to generate all his wealth at the end, only 20% generating 80% of his wealth. This is what we need to be doing from the start, making informed decisions right from the beginning and letting that cause 80% of your results. The inverse can occur. So you can be producing 80% of the work and 20% of the outcome is the result of that. This is why you need to identify what you're doing all the time. And if nothing's coming out, so let's say efforts or money isn't being produced, you need to cut that off and keep fine tuning. This is how you can start to critically think and analyze what you need to eliminate and what you need to add. One thing about critically analyzing and critically thinking, it requires a lot of thinking power. It requires a lot of decision making. But one thing you can start to do when you start to think about things yourself and start to think on your own is what you can add and what you can eliminate. That is the start of critical thinking, in my opinion. So for those that have time to read or are into reading, the 80-20 principle by Richard Koch, I highly recommend this book. It got me thinking about when people talk about hacks, essentially what they're talking about is what can you do to provide 80% of the outcomes, or what little thing you can do to leverage a lot of the outcome. If you think about bestsellers, that's 20% of the stock or anything that people are selling, producing 80% of the outcomes. Okay, your favorite customers will give you 80% of the profits. Okay, so if you think about content creation, there's going to be a video that you're going to create that's going to go viral. That is the 80-20 rule. That viral video probably is like a 5%, but it's part of the concept for producing the smallest amount and providing the largest outcome. And once you figure that out, and this is coming from trial and error, you're going to cut all the crap and focus on the thing that's giving you 80% of the outcome, and you're going to keep churning more of that. Okay, so when it comes down to what I'm doing at the moment with appointment setting and providing cold emails, this is how I'm structuring this. Okay, so these are the questions you want to start asking. What you think the market wants, and what does the market actually want, and what actions do you have to make this happen? So you got to think 80% you're going to do because you know that's going to produce all the outcome, and 20% you do want to do it, but you know that's not going to provide much of the outcome. So all your attention, all your time, and all your energy should go to this 80% action that you're going to do. And it's content creation. 20% of what you should spend your time on is cold outreach, making VSLs. And the good thing about this, you're going to get rejection, but you're going to keep working on your camera skills and talking on camera. But you should spend all your attention and energy on content creation in all three platforms. Again, I'm honing down on YouTube, but if you guys have the time, you can repurpose your YouTube into Instagram Shorts and also post them up on Facebook as well. If you want, on TikTok as well, and also on Twitter. Depending on how what best suits you. You can pick all four, but if you can't decide, YouTube's the way to go. YouTube is the way to nurture audience, and this is something what you guys should start to do when creating content. Okay, so as I said before, you want to create videos to create a flywheel compounding effect. Okay, which means that the more videos you're in your channel, the audience can see your journey and they want to binge. Okay, if you've got limitless videos, that's going to encourage limitless scrolling, doom scrolling, but in your favor, because you want to be grabbing attention and audience, and you're providing so much value that they want to see more. And it's value because what I'm trying to get at is I want people to be making their own channel. So if anyone is watching my video and it got them motivated to even start a YouTube channel and start making videos, I'd say that's a win. If I get more people that are keen, disciplined, and wanting some kind of internet job outside of 9 to 5, and they start creating YouTube channel, YouTube content, I'm happy with that. Super happy with that. Okay, so and how would you know that this is what the market wants? The market wants is based on the feedback you get from the comments, and this is where any feedback is good feedback, or as they say, bad publicity is good publicity, because that's going to encourage the algorithm to put your video in front of other people. And this is where you have to start enjoying the hate, and you're going to start enjoying trolls, because they're actually going to help you. Okay, as much as good feedback is good, I'd say having bad feedback, hate, criticism, that's going to just help. Okay, that's just going to help you be better. That's going to improve your skills, improve what you say, and also it's going to add to the algorithm to put your videos in front of new people. Okay, and you're creating free value. Okay, so what my intention in this video is to make everyone watching this to start something and talk about anything, because what you're doing right now is you're getting used to talking in front of a camera, and you're getting used to talking on the fly. Getting used to freestyling from a mind map that we created on micro.com, and you're just going to keep building up the skill, and you're going to keep building up the way you speak, your inflection points, your tone, your tempo. Don't go too fast, and you want people to get value from you. Okay. So yeah, the whole purpose is to be creating free value, or value so great that people would give you $5 for what is worth $5 of their time. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create value that when you're watching this, it's giving you value for the 8 minutes that you're watching this. Okay, and this can be done through Instagram as well, through funneling through Reels. Like, it's mainly entertainment, but if you can pack so much information within 30 seconds, people find that valuable. That's why they doom scroll, because they find it valuable to see the next 30 seconds of someone else's content, and that content could be yours. Another thing that you could start using is, once you start getting testimonials on Instagram, testimonial as it is, that's how you start leveraging social proof. And social proof can be super powerful, because essentially what social proof is, it's essentially a resume. And it's proven because people a screenshot is probably the new age resume that people are using today. And if you don't have any testimonials, people aren't going to be trusting you. People are probably trusting social testimonials more than resumes these days. Okay, and the same thing can be done through Facebook, and you can be definitely repurposing your content from YouTube on Facebook, and start creating, again, as I said, keep using the same word, that flywheel compounding effect, and funneling and creating audiences that way. Okay, so that's where I think you should be spending 80% of your energy, creating YouTube videos. If you do not know what to create, just create something and start learning on the job. Be a professional. Turn up every single time. Make 2 to 3 videos a week, and that's because that's what professionals do. They turn up. And if you want to be a content creator, you have to be professional about it. You have to be creating content even if you're not feeling up for it. The same way you're not feeling up to going to work at 8 a.m., but you still turn up. You're not pulling a sickie, you're turning up because you're accountable and you're being professional. So why not transfer this behavior to something that you can do at home? And I'd say it's way more easier. Okay. So again, 20%, you should still be doing cold outreach, but you're also betting the fact that no one's going to be replying. But I only say 20% and not 100% because, again, it's still seen as you're throwing your line out into the vast ocean, and you might be lucky and you might catch something. You're still going to be learning the skill of talking in front of a camera, and that's such an important skill, especially when you're starting off. You want to be getting rid of your ums, buts, filler words, stumbling on sentences. That needs to get out of your system as quickly as possible, and the way to do it is rep after rep after rep of getting your camera and recording yourself. Same way you're doing it in front of a laptop, okay? So there's nothing bad about that, okay? It's just another form of recording yourself. But you should definitely be, if you're thinking about cold outreach, think more about putting 80% of that energy into content creation, because that is the new form of cold outreach, in my opinion, because cold outreach is what you think the market wants, and content creation is what the market actually wants. And that's going to be based on the feedback and your research, because you're probably going to still be watching videos, and that's going to be giving you ideas in terms of what people are wanting to be watching. And this is where you start creating your niche, and you're going to start niching down into people who want to be listening to your content, and that's how you create an audience. Okay, so I've got some questions at the end about things to start to think about when you're starting from the bottom. So if you do not have any expertise in any area, the path of curiosity is the way to go. Okay, not through qualification, because content creation isn't a university degree. You do not need any qualifications for it. Okay, the only qualification you need is the ability to get a laptop, get a phone, and start talking to yourself in front of a camera. Okay, not required to solve the many problems out there, which means that when you get a university degree, yes, it will solve problems. A doctor will solve medical problems. A lawyer will help you solve through the laws and legislations. Accountants will help sort out your taxes. But have you noticed that there is not enough demand and too much supply in all these university degrees? That's why when you listen to podcasts or when you see people on YouTube and they keep saying, I don't have a university degree, and they think it's like an underdog story. It probably is, but I think they're truly intelligent and smart, because they're not putting a 100K student loan deposit on something that they don't genuinely feel that it's that's going to help the market, and they're not really interested in it. So in a sense, that's quite a smart investment move. If you don't know what you're going to do, they didn't go to uni. That being said, university is probably still a good option, but if you don't want to get into a university loan or a HECS debt, which is what we call it in Australia, have content on the side. Okay, it doesn't hurt. And if you don't know what to talk about, your job is to sell your personality. Okay, people are. Well, this is what I think the market also wants. The market are wanting people who have authenticity and have a genuine personality, and that comes from doing things freestyle. And again, this is, I guess, another version of a cover letter or resume, because people can start to see how you act and how you talk, and if you can genuinely project your personality through a video camera, people are going to see that, and business are going to see that, because what the market is wanting is your mindset and the way you problem solve problems. Because in the end, the aim is to get a business's attention, or if we're talking about internet words, agencies and coaches, they want you or your brain in their business to solve their problem for you. Okay? So this is what you can do to attract attention. You show the market that you can turn up 2 to 3 times per week with a video expressing that you're disciplined and you're just talking about things in your head or anything that you can come up with, and it's a pain that you want to try to mention and try to solve. This is gonna become accountability, because when you start getting followers, they're expecting you to turn up. Okay, they're expecting to see a video from you. They're expecting to be like, what is this person going to say? What is Phil going to be saying today? I am definitely looking forward to this. Okay, you want to be that personal brand that sells a service that's so simple but it fulfills. Okay, this is so that other people can start to compare themselves to you. What I mean by that is you don't have to overcomplicate things. Okay, if anything, simple is better. Keep it simple, stupid. So start talking in front of the camera and let your personality present itself in front of the camera. And that is pretty much your resume, and that's your cover letter. People want genuine personalities, okay? So the feedback that you are looking for, or what I'm trying to look for, is I wondered why I couldn't think of this earlier. This is the best kind of feedback and the only kind of feedback that I'm trying to look for to start exponential growth, because that's going to give someone motivation to start doing this, and it's going to give you the motivation to push on what you're talking about. And as I said earlier, that 80-20 rule, I wondered why I couldn't think of this earlier. It's essentially the 80-20 rule. Why couldn't I start this earlier? You just found that 20% that produced 80% of the outcome. That is what you're looking for, and that's what I want to be sharing at the end of the video. You want to find a high leverage idea, skill, which is his personal brand and personal content and making videos, and let that be the flywheel compound effect that's going to generate you attention, and that attention you have to monetize it straight away. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Catch you later.